Hey y'all, we're thrilled to be here today. Today we're going to dive into the powerful concept of the growth mindset. I'm Melinda and this is Lisa.
Hey y'all. So yeah, we are really honored and excited. Every time we come in here, we just feel really blessed here. And when we're talking about mindset, believe it or not, we are also talking to ourselves when we do this because it's a daily thing. We are super excited to share this with guys with y'all today. We're going to talk about, like Melinda said, growth mindset and how it can really change your journey of anything, whatever your journey is, whether it's a journey as a parent, a business person, a virtual assistant, whatever it is. Adopting that growth mindset gets you unstuck, and that's really super important.
Absolutely. So let's define what the growth mindset is. So growth mindset is the belief that our abilities and talents can be developed through dedication, effort, and a willingness to learn. So it's about bracing challenges, persisting through setbacks, and seeking opportunities of growth.
Yeah, for real. Growth mindset really is a game changer for everybody. It opens the doors. It doesn't limit you because a lot of us do have a limited mindset sometimes, like, I can't do this. I can't learn this. I can't whatever. And with a growth mindset, you open the doors and you say, I can do this. I have done it before, so I can do it now. It moves you towards success. We're going to really talk about how it can change your life too.
Yeah. And so one of the foundational aspects of the growth mindset is like embracing challenges. So it's all about like reframing our difficulties, looking at them as opportunities for growth and learning. And this is even a principle that we see in the Bible. So in James 1, 2 through 4, we're encouraged to consider it joy when we face these trials. And I know that can be so hard because sometimes it's not what we wanted, or it didn't meet our expectations. And so knowing the difficulties produce perseverance, right? And perseverance produces the blessings. So
yeah, I mean, but really, who wants to have joy in trials?
I know, right?
We don't want to have joy in trials, but when we do have those trials and we see them, and trials equals challenges, let's just, make that quality there. When we see those challenges, whether it's as moms, as business people, whatever it is, pushing through them, stepping out of the old comfort zone, really helps you to learn from those experiences. And we've seen that ourselves, where we say, I don't want to do that. I don't like doing that. I don't, that's not my thing. But it's really pretty cool when you do step into it and say, but I'll try it. At least doing that helps you with that growth. If I will try, and you really do try, stepping out of that really makes you better equipped to serve whoever your client is, to grow your business, to serve your family, whatever it is. Because there's a bunch of those things we don't want to do, or we feel like we're not capable of doing it.
Right.
But if we just step out of our comfort zone and try it, you'll be surprised at what you can accomplish.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's important to remember that challenges are not roadblocks, but stepping stone towards your progress. Remember, progress over perfection. So when we shift our mindset, we can view those challenges as opportunities of growth and development. So if you have a pen and paper, I want you to write these down. Okay. What you have to remember are these three things: recognizing that challenges and setbacks are opportunities for growth and learning. There's just no way around it.
Yeah,
like if it doesn't kill you, it makes you stronger, right? Embrace them. Number 2 is embrace them as stepping stones instead of those roadblocks. So you're going to make progress no matter what you do, right? Because as you grow through it, right? You have to make that choice to take that next step. Right? Because if you stop, you're going to fail. Right? And so we want to continue to grow so we can get to that next level. Right? And then number 3 is reframe your mindset to view challenges as chances to develop those new skills and expand those capabilities. And I don't know about you, but if I have gone through something, I all the time can look back and go, oh my gosh, but look how far I've grown. Yeah. Right. And so that's huge, huge to have that growth mindset. And it is not always easy, because there are times where you're just like, I am just over it, right? And I just cannot continue to go anymore. And so, but if you just continue the journey, there is reward in that. There is, you're going to see the fruits of your labor.
I had an internal giggle moment when you said, and it was a picture that went through my head when you said, embrace, the 3 points, embrace them as stepping stones instead of roadblocks. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I love camping. I love hiking, going out in the woods. And there are times where you might have a little stream or a body of water that's not super big, but it's like, oh, I didn't wear the clothes for that. I don't have the shoes for that or whatever. But you can kind of map out a path through some stepping stones. But y'all, I don't know if you've ever done that or not, but stepping stones are rarely stable. They're rarely even. They might have moss and be a little slippery, but you can map out a path over it. And y'all, sometimes you might fall in. There's been so many times when I've gone through and it's like, okay, I think I got it. And your foot slips and your shoe's wet and you got a whole rest of your hike, you're going to have a wet shoe. It just is not fun when it happens. But it is one of those internal snicker moments for me, because if it's, I'm not going to cross something that is so deep and so wide that I know that this is a dangerous situation. It's not going to be a big, rushing river. But when I do try to cross a little stream or creek or whatever, and I know I can get wet here, but it's not the end of the world. I'm going to have a wet shoe if I end up falling in. I might even get in so much that I have wet shorts or whatever.
Yeah.
It's not the end of the world. And I think that's really that is kind of a growth mindset, is like, use it as a giggle moment, as a learning moment, not as a roadblock. It's not like, well, I'm not going anywhere else. I'm going to stand on this one and not move forward. Or even worse, I'm just going to turn around and go back where everybody else has already made it across to the other side. So I thought that was just kind of, like I said, a mental image came up of many times that I have gotten my shoe wet or more.
Yeah.
But it's always is a learning experience that I can look back on and go, wow, I did make it. I had a wet shoe and it wasn't the most fun, but I did make it. So it's really a shift in perspective, y'all. It's a shift in perspective. So
100%. So developing that love for learning enables us to stay kind of like ahead of the game. I know, making sure that you have, you always have a book available that you're learning from. You're getting into the word and you're reading scripture, but, it helps us serve people more effectively, especially our clients, and embrace those newer opportunities, like when we seek out a course or we do other training, or we set our mind on something and we just keep going. I know I hate it when I start a new workout plan, right? And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do this, and then all of a sudden, I'm so sore I can't move, or I've hurt something, or and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's just one more setback. And so fostering that mind of continuous growth. This isn't a setback, right? What am I supposed to learn from this? How can I move forward in this? And doing that will help you continue to grow and learn and overcome. So
yeah, that's really huge. And that's one thing that I think even science will tell you, that one of the ways to keep your brain healthy as you age, as I'm getting older here, we all are, the good news is we're getting older every day, right? But as you age, you want to get a healthy brain, a healthy mind. And one of it is to continue learning, not just stop. You didn't stop at whatever age you finished your formal education, 18, 22, 36, whatever it was. You continue to learn and grow, and watch how it's going to positively impact your personal day-to-day mindset, your business mindset, whatever it is. So I've got a few other things for you to jot down here, a few points there. Really just foster that desire for knowledge and continuous growth. I've had people who say, I'm done. I mean, I have to say, my mother was one of those. She said, I'm done learning stuff. I'm just, as she was older, I'm not going to learn anymore. And I was always like, oh, that's such a bummer. I hope I don't get to that point. And I really do. It's like, I don't want to get to the point where I feel like I'm done learning something.
Yeah.
So try to foster that thirst for knowledge, continuous growth, learning stuff. Seek out training. We already mentioned that. Seek out people, help you with your mindset, stay curious. Try to get a new skill, even if, as my mother was a little bit older and she got a phone, she learned how to text, even something like that is a big deal for someone who has never done anything like that. So think about yourself too. What is a new skill? It can be something small. You don't have to be perfect at it. For me, I've tried for years to learn to knit. I've tried. And I'm going to continue that. So it doesn't have anything to do with my business, but it's one of those, I'm curious. I want to learn how to do something new. And in business, stay ahead of the trends. Just get a little bit more information about your trends in your business.
Yeah, that's so true. Like, in Instagram, trying to figure out, like, in my business as a virtual assistant, like trying to understand how the platforms work. And luckily for me, that's always going to be changing. So I won't ever get bored doing that. But it is challenging at times, right? The other thing is, persistence is another like key ingredient in the growth mindset. It's about persevering through those setbacks, challenges, even the failures of it. The only time you fail is when you stop. And so, persistence empowers us to bounce back from those failures, learning from our mistakes, keeping moving forward, accepting and embracing that, you didn't do it all right. And how could you do it better? Right. As a businesswoman, we're going to face those obstacles. We're going to face the rejection. We're going to face the moments of self-doubt. But with a growth mindset, we can view those setbacks as temporary and continue to pursue our goals with determination. So the three things I want you to remember is that you've got to develop a resilience in the face of the obstacles and setbacks. And number two, refuse to give up easily. Persist through those difficult times and maintain a positive outlook. And that is not always easy when you feel like it's just a constant battle, right? And number three, learn from failures and use them as the stepping stones to propel you forward. So instead of, them making you stumble backwards, as we can do when we, step on it wrong, it can kind of propel us backwards, but, have it propel you forwards. Where, what can you learn from it?
Yeah, I love that. It's like my analogy, you step on it differently, or you choose a different stone or a different path to step on it, but you just can't stand there. That's for sure. Don't let all of those setbacks define you. It should refine you. It should, for going back to my little walk across the creek analogy, a lot of times I go out with my husband and my brother and my sister and their spouses when we're hiking. And of course, if one of us falls in, the rest of us are going to rib that person a little bit. It's not going to go away right away, maybe, but you can still learn from it and say, hey, but I made it a different way than you did, or look how much I did. I got all the way back and, still had a wet shoe, and you did this, whatever. It's just always about taking the challenges, getting a different mindset through those challenges, persist through it, and trust that you're going to have good results, fruitful results afterwards. I'm not going to just sit in the middle of this creek. I'm going to keep going. And at the end, maybe we'll have s'mores or something, whatever, go back to my hiking thing. But just having a different mindset as to what this can mean for you and what persevering can mean for you.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
All right. So we'll move to the next one. Melinda and I talk about this quite a bit, and this is really important to both of us, is finding a supportive community. Having people who are stinking thinkers really is, we all have them around us, people who are negative Nellies or whatever you want to say, Debbie Downers, all of those names for it. Finding a supportive community, people who can give you that honest feedback, is so huge for nurturing your growth mindset. Finding people who, I've always said that you got to have some cheerleaders in your life, people who are team you. and that they will give you feedback that's honest, but they'll also always be in your corner too. And we've all had our share of the stinking thinking people, right? And we don't need them. Let's get rid of those. Bless them, release them, whatever it is. People who give you honest, helpful feedback, that's team you. People who don't, get rid of them. It doesn't help us to keep them around. I mean, we're hard enough on ourselves as it is. We don't need somebody else hard on us.
Right. Yeah. And together we can inspire and motivate each other, share insights, celebrate successes, connect with, fellow virtual assistants and people who have clients, and engage in those discussions that might be hard, and just really support each other's growth along the journey.
Absolutely. So good. My network marketing, probably this is a phrase that a lot of companies use, is I can't say W's and R's together. Yeah. I just have to say, we rise by lifting others and not by tearing them down. It's not going to help you. So be on your own. Be a source of encouragement, offer support, be that person who is the cheerleader. We all need one. Now you can be one. And we can accomplish more by doing that. So, just kind of a recap there. Surround yourself with people who are going to support you, role models, peers, whatever. Seek feedback from people who can give you good insight and helpful feedback. Be open, though, to constructive criticism, because if you can't really improve yourself if others are trying to help you and you push them away. And then, another thing is to stop your stinking thinking and give yourself positive thoughts, positive affirmations, do some of those things.
Yep. And as we wrap up our training on growth mindset, we want to remind each of you of there is immense potential within you. Okay. So embrace those challenges, nurture a love for learning, persist through setbacks, cultivate a supportive community. And with the growth mindset, there are no limits to what you can achieve. Remember, this journey is not about perfection. It's about progress. Like I said earlier, embrace that growth mindset and watch it as it transforms what you're thinking, your business, and your life.
Yeah. Maybe this could be, just that launching pad as you continue on. Hopefully it could be. We've said it again. We'll repeat it again because everybody can hear. What do they say? It takes you a certain number of times to hear something before you act on it. So here's your time. Embrace the challenges, find opportunities to learn, overcome adversity. When you're faced with it, push through it and support each other. Because when we're together, we're, whatever industry you're in, let's do it and be positive with it. And nurturing a growth mindset is not something that happens every day. It's something you have to keep on doing every day, or it's not something that happens in one day. It's something you need to do every day. But if you consistently do that, it becomes a superpower for you. You can really just, it'll be something that you can draw upon and be proud of and move forward. And I love that.
Yeah. And closing today, thank you so much for being here. And we just want to say, remember, slay those giants, girl, in your life so you can empower the yet and live happy, joyous, and free and start changing your family tree. Bye, guys.
Bye.